All right, for more on this, we're joined by SABC News senior reporter Canny Maphanga. Good afternoon, Canny. Thank you for joining us as always. Day 5 wrapped up today, and it seems the focus again was on the explicit text between the two. That's the Judge President and Ms. Mengo. Just talk us through proceedings from today.
Well, good afternoon to you and to the viewers. The bulk of the evidence that forms part of this January 2023 complaint by Andiswa Mengo is in these WhatsApp exchanges. We're now currently seeing the evidence leader go up to July 2021 of those WhatsApp messages. She's currently combing through all of those WhatsApp messages before the tribunal to actually ascertain or establish elements of sexual harassment between the pair. So what we have seen, we've seen the evidence leader strategically comb through those WhatsApp messages to show the progression of sexual harassment, because there are cases where sexual harassment may be overt, and then of course there are cases where it is more nuanced and it's a bit more subtle, and that is where it's more prominent in professional settings. You see that kind of sexual harassment that is quite difficult to articulate, but a victim may know that something is awry here, something is not quite correct. So we've seen her try to show a pattern in these WhatsApp exchanges that are before the tribunal to show that the texts were allegedly initiated by the Judge President first, that there's a pattern of them starting as professional messages or light-hearted texts, and then they move to a very explicit place where you are now dealing with images, videos, and what the witness has described as WhatsApp stickers. She then goes through the WhatsApp exchanges that see a response that may be quote-unquote confusing to the tribunal or the public, and she tries to ascertain what the witness was trying to convey to the Judge President, as well as to why a witness may choose to respond after repetitive, suggestive text messages of that nature, and of course try to capture as a whole the kind of nuance that comes with sexual harassment in the workplace. You
interacted with the Women's Legal Center on some of these nuances, or where you would have a victim respond in a specific manner, even going as far as delving deeper into the perfect victim concept. Just talk to us about what they said and wanted the public to caution against.
Well, I think this week the evidence that is before the tribunal has been damning. But despite this evidence, questions have risen, and we've seen the focus shift from the alleged perpetrator to the victim now having to answer difficult questions as to why did she respond, why did she send this emoji, why was she laughing, she was entertaining this, she was quote-unquote enjoying this. So it's created confusion in the air because of the complex issue of sexual harassment in the workplace, especially where power dynamics are involved. In this particular instance, we are dealing with a junior legal professional in the Eastern Cape Division of the High Court, with a Judge President who is a very senior judge in the judiciary as a whole. But if you look at the Eastern Cape Division of the High Court, that would be the most senior figure that is operating in that particular division. And then you see an instance where this judge is interested, or at least that's what it looks like from the WhatsApp exchanges, in this particular junior legal professional, and you're seeing a pattern of a number of messages that are consistent, and they're persistent, they're unrelenting, and they're not stopping, despite the witness clarifying to the top jurist that these are not messages that are welcome to her. So it's a difficult dynamic to explain when you are looking at it from the outside. It may be confusing to see those messages where she is responding, but I think the witness has testified that the power dynamics didn't allow her to completely lash out at the Judge President, that she felt compelled to respond because she's a single mother of a child and she didn't want to lose her job, and she sees him as a senior, she sees him as a respected figure, and felt that she needed to respond in a mitigated, measured way in order to convey her message that this was unwanted.
And then where to from here insofar as the probe is concerned? Next week, do they continue? Will it still be her, or do we now move forward?
Well, this is quite a lengthy period of tests. It's between June 2021 to November 2022. And as I've stated earlier, we were on July 2021 today. So we can expect that Mengo will still be on the stand on Monday, probably for the rest of that week. They'll probably have to allocate additional dates to get to further in the tribunal in terms of cross-examination, the calling of other witnesses, and then, of course, hearing the version of Judge President Selby Mbenenge himself. So it's still a long way to go in this tribunal before you reach a conclusion as to whether there were elements of sexual harassment between the pair.
Canny, thank you very much as always for your reportage. That was SABC News senior reporter Canny Maphanga just giving us a wrap of the week insofar as that specific probe is concerned.